All right, guys, welcome to the first and probably the last edition of the Black Table Talk. We're going to call into question Miss Jada Pinkett Smith and new allegations surrounding her with what's this, August Alsina?
August
Right.
Alsina,
The
yes.
one and only.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's just start it off. Who is
So we
lying?
can't introduce ourselves, bro? Like, you don't want us to introduce ourselves?
Nah. All right, let's introduce ourselves. All right, let's go.
I'll start. My name is Dua. My street name is Dua, actually. My name is actually Steven. I guess I'm the founder of What You Expect. I got a podcast coming soon. Started in August, like August Alsina's name. It's called Dua Vocals Podcast. That's it. And I have more money than Darian.
Don't do this to Darian.
Okay. All right. Ty, you're
I'll-
next.
Okay, I am Ty, I'm the editor-in-chief. I also have a podcast coming, Of All the Hills, coming in August, I guess. As soon as Dwa hits me with some intro music, we'll be ready to go. But yeah, I have a Pop Smoke article coming tomorrow. Stay tuned, whatyourespect.com.
All right, Carly.
Hi, I'm Carly. I'm Ty's sister, and I'm not working on anything. So yeah, that's about it.
Well, this is the start. Catherine.
Hi, I'm Catherine. I contribute as much as possible to What You Expect. I'm still kind of new, but I also have a podcast / vlog on YouTube, Catherine's Quarters.
Saving
On you. Best for last.
Hi, I'm Darian. I'm the social media manager for What You Expect, and I just get stuff done.
And you get all the ladies.
And
Right.
You're single,
last
right?
time Dwa said that he had more money than me. I'm taller than Steven, so that's my.
Oh, nice clap back. Let's get it.
All right, I like it. I like the energy. So, any white girls listening, Darian is single.
Let's not go there, bro. Come on, man. Let's
All
not
right.
do.
Nobody crisis.
I'm good.
All right, that's great to hear. All right, so let's go to the issue at hand here. All right, Jada Pinkett Smith versus August Alsina. Who is lying?
Who is what?
Who's lying?
Both of them.
Dwa with
Let
the
me
Please
let me
elaborate.
let me tell you why both of them are lying. Because I think August Alsina was really messing with Jada, but they had an agreement where it was like, we're just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no title to this, I'm married. August was like, oh, this is the deepest love I've ever had. And Jada is now, she's lying because she's saying nothing ever happened. We all know something happened. So both of them are lying. That's my theory.
Yeah, you don't say what August said and like that bit of depth and with that passion and whatever was happening with his hair. You don't say that like when you haven't been blessed.
Unless you're crazy.
He could be crazy.
He could be crazy. That's a good take. He could be.
Things can be true.
Crazy.
Two things could be true.
So do you think he's crazy?
All right. Oh no, I'm side with brother Alsina. I think he got a whiff of it, and now he is. I say that in the most respectful manner, but that's what I think. Yeah.
You guys think?
Ollie?
Jada's definitely lying. I also feel like this rumor that her and Will are like swingers is like not a new rumor at all. It's like very old. I even remember hearing it when I was like a kid that like they have like an open relationship. And I think a lot of times people don't really understand like how open relationships work. So it's like, oh, like, are they cheating on each other? I agree. Like, I feel like it must have been like an agreement. Like, you know, we're messing around. I'm married at the end of the day. And that's it. But again, I think August Alsina like really loved her. Like, it must have been like really deep for him because like the whole interview was like super weird, honestly.
And then he gets sick after. Like he was going through it after they broke up. Like he was like, in the
He's still
hospital
going
for
through
months.
it.
Withdrawals.
How long were you dating for?
Oh, I
Dating
don't
quotation
know.
marks, sorry.
Dating, yeah, I don't know. And another thing is like he was like I could like die complete or something, and it was like wow, like Jada is like seems like a great lady, but it's like you could like die. Like he's basically saying like after experiencing Jada, I've lived a life worth living. Like I don't have to live anymore, and I think that's like really like intense.
All right, can I ask a question? Let me ask the question. Do you think Will Smith feels the same way about Jada that Augustine feels?
Yeah,
You think so?
I think certain people love differently, and like the fact that he's staying with her while she's doing whatever she's doing is nuts. Because I know there's 4 men here. I think Darren's probably the only one who would stay. So it's just like,
Oh my God. Another chance.
it's just like you just really gotta love somebody to stay through that.
Wait. So I have a question real quick. Wait, do you think Will has, obviously not someone to the extent that August is for Jada, but is there like a counterpart that Will has within all this?
But I think like that's what they've been like trying to explain, like because it's like they've said like multiple times like they have like their life partners, like, and like she's like I've realized like through this whole quarantine thing I don't really know Will at all. So it's like I feel like Will and Jada have like low key been trying to tell us like we don't even fuck with each other like that. Like we love each other, we're family, but we don't fuck with each other like that. But I think people don't really understand open relationships, like to the premise that it's like they legit do their own thing and live in the same house. Like I really think that they really get down like that. And so to me, this story doesn't seem so crazy when you really think about it. And you're like, okay, like they get down like that, so it makes sense.
So if the story is not that crazy, then why is Will and Jada denying it so heavily?
Because they know
I think
they
because
don't
it's
have to
like,
accept that.
yeah, because it doesn't make sense to most people. So it's like, I don't know, like Jada's gonna take herself on the Red Table Talk. I'm so like, whatever. But like, we'll like, I guess we'll see like what she has to. Yeah, because it's like whatever. But it's like I think for them, it's like this man is basically saying like him and Jada are like a relationship, and so I think because like they've never like I guess admitted that they have like an open relationship, it's like easier to just like not like we don't know what he's talking about, like he's crazy.
But the
I
thing
don't
is,
think
like,
oh, go ahead.
oh, no, you got it.
No, I just don't think that her going on Red Table Talk is going to be anything. Like, I feel like it's
like I don't get it.
Build up, and we're not going to get anything other than we're life partners. And
because
screwing.
I also feel like when Red Table Talk first came around, like people were like so excited for it because it was like a conversation with women. I guess 9 times out of 10, like usually, like it was like more of an emotional approach to like conversations. But I feel like Red Table Talk hasn't been really like anything conducive. It's like I think it's like really like a PR thing. Like, oh, like you said some fucked up shit. Like go on Red Table Talk. Like when Snoop Dogg called like Gail like a dog face bitch, you went on Red Table Talk, and Jada was like, oh my gosh, you called Gail a dog face bitch. All the you called. Like I don't know what you're talking about. For the conversation, like it's, huh?
Your
Wi-Fi was cutting out a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, so I had brought up in like our group chat that I thought that this was like, I had asked if like we thought that this was like an arrangement between like, because like the concept seems very foreign to me. Like I'll come out and admit that. So I was like, is this like something where like Will came to Jada like, yo, this would be a really good look for us if we just did this. We had some kids. We did this for the public eye. And then like you could actually do whatever you want to do type stuff. So
you never, Ty, question. You guys have never had a open relationship without a relationship? I understand that it's not a relationship, but it's like y'all have an agreement where it's like we're doing like
friends with benefits.
It's deeper than friends with benefits though. Yeah, it's a situation.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
Like
you
a
guys both have an
situationship.
understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you guys both have that understanding.
Yeah.
I think
so it's like it's
I mean,
deeper
that's
because
not foreign.
they have there's money involved, and the thing is when
Well,
you
they're
have like
married and they have kids.
it's like a big thing with the Clintons. Like the Clintons are doing the same shit. Like
That's
everyone knows they're not together,
Mhm.
but the thing
Yeah.
is when you have that much money and your name is a brand like the Smiths are,
Yeah.
it's like
Smiths,
why are we
yeah.
breaking up? Like we can just have sex with other people. It's not that big of a deal.
No, I mean that makes sense.
That's fair.
Yeah. And I think like if you're detached from someone emotionally in that capacity, like romantically, like you remove the romanticism, like you said, from the relationship, I think it really does become like a life partnership. Like I've spent a bulk of my years with you. Like I've grown as a person with you. We have children together. Like we've created so many things together. It's like we're not in love with each other the way we used to be, but we still love each other the same way we always have. So it's like, let's continue to live as a family and coexist. And then it's like, maybe if you have other things going on, you know, like you do them on your own time or whatever.
So
I don't know, like if it's like.
I got a question. So do you think that's why the divorce rate is so high? Because people won't just be like, yo, this is what, like, we still love each other, but like, let's just keep this going. And, you know, like basically what they're doing. Like, do you think more people should start incorporating that into their relationship? Because the divorce rate is like 50%.
I actually think the divorce rate is so high because a lot of people go into a marriage thinking that a marriage is going to operate the same way as a relationship. And I think marriage takes more. Like it requires more. And so 9 times out of 10, a lot of people get into marriage expecting it to work the same and having to only put in like the same amount that they did in a relationship, and it just doesn't work out. I definitely think that should be a component. Like, oh, we should try harder because we're married. But I think most people try to give a marriage a try before they give up.
So Darren, what do you think? Why do you think the divorce rate is so high?
I think good sister Carly has touched on a lot of good points.
No. I want to hear exactly what you, Darian, I can't say your full government, but what do you think is the reason why the divorce rate is so high?
I honestly, I'll probably say you go into marriage not really, I guess, anticipating the work that it takes to sustain a marriage and to
just copying what she said.
No, I think it was a good point. It was a good point. I think it was definitely right. She summed it up correctly, where it's like you there's like the expectations that you have when in a relationship are now, how can I put this? They might be amplified in a marriage, and I don't know if some people can handle that. So
does everyone here want to get married?
Oh man. If the right woman comes along.
Who said no? Who said no?
If the white woman comes along, is that what you said?
Do you say a white woman?
I didn't say no white woman.
No, he did.
I know it's 4th of July, but don't play with me, guys. I said if the right woman comes along.
All right, Terry Crews.
Y'all like hey.
Wait, but who said no? Who said no? I heard someone say no.
I said no.
You said
okay,
no?
Why not? Wait, Catherine, what about you before she says the reason?
I mean, I feel like I feel like I want to get married, but I'm also just not about to marry just any old body. Like,
thank you. Yeah.
That's not
Bingo.
happening.
Bingo.
I agree with that.
It's just not happening like that.
Let's talk reasons. Carly, go ahead.
I think for me, marriage is like one of those things where it's like, I think ideally most women are like, okay, like I want to get married and have kids because it's like, you know, in our nature or whatever. I feel like if it happens, it happens. But I don't think I will feel any less complete as a person or a woman if I didn't get married. Like it's not something I'm dying to do. Because I think there's so much more things that are important to me than being married.
Yeah, that's been such a shift in just, you know, generations where, you know, women are just doing their fucking thing nowadays, and so, you know, that's less of that old school mentality of, you know, getting married, having kids, you know, being at home.
I also feel like in previous generations,
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no, did she
Oh.
dip?
I lost you.
You still there?
Probably.
I'm here.
All right. What were you saying? I think you were just so passionate about it that like, the mic.
Yeah, it just stopped.
The mic just cut out.
I'm frozen.
Or actually, while she's buffering, Darren, tell us why you want to get married. Oh, you said you didn't want to get
Wait,
married?
no, I want to hear if Dwa wants to get married.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dwa, yeah,
like-
you're doing a lot of
Yeah.
passing around.
I like
You
to
know,
hear if you want to get married.
Fair point.
good
Why-
point.
You want to get married
Founder-
into now?
Founder,
So
boss
for
of
me,
life, you want to get married, man?
yes, I do want to get married, but that's mainly the main reason why I want to get married is because I grew up in a single parent home, so I want my kids to grow up with like in that setting like Darian. But other than that, like I'm cool. Like it's not like if I don't get married, like basically what she said. It's not like if I don't get married. My dad got married 3 times, so
So he's pretty good at it.
so yeah, so he's really good at marriage.
Oh,
So if I do get married, I'll probably be out of my friend group the one that gets married because all of them don't want to get married.
Okay, wait. So, which one of y'all would be cool with the relationship that Will and Jada have? Like, just we live in the same house and have a couple of kids, and like,
Darian,
what you mean, Darian? Ain't no Darian. Nah, bro.
I'll say this: knowing
Nah.
you're not
Darian
gonna be with
personally,
that.
Nah.
But you can
The
get
closest
talk to
one.
any girl you want,
Nah.
bro.
Darian
Nah.
was the closest one in our friend group to have an open relationship that I know.
Nah.
I kind of
I
agree with
see what
that.
you're doing, Kev. I'm like,
Darian
yo,
is in an open relationship.
I'm not in an open relationship. No, I just could not. For me, as like a man, like you gotta like think. You could not mentally conceptualize another man smashing your wife and then you having to lay with your wife. To me, that is just like I could never like conceptualize that. So the open marriage shit is off the table for me.
Don't you lay with women all the time that smash other men?
But that's different.
Whoa,
Okay,
oh
so
my
here's
God.
the thing.
How's that different? Then?
Let's go.
Why
a
is
little
it
bit
different?
How's
I'm
it
not
different?
married to those women. I'm not married to those women.
Oh, true.
There's
I
I get the relationship aspect or relationship component at that time, but there isn't marriage where it's like my view of marriage is like it's solely between one man and one woman. Not saying that I'm not.
Yeah, Darren, what do you do a situationship?
My interpretation.
Darius, sheesh.
Dan, would you do a situationship? Like, would you mess with a girl knowing that she messes with someone else?
No, I wouldn't do that.
What? Yeah.
No.
Darren, I agree.
Dwa?
Darren, I agree with you. As your PR
I doubt.
person, lie.
Your PR person.
This is how we hired. Get this man out of here, man. Oh.
I
What are you gonna
understand,
say?
like, if you guys are you guys aren't together, she can do what she wants. I'm not gonna claim her though. Like, I'm not gonna be bringing around the homies, but we're cool.
So that sounds like friends with benefits, bro. Like,
essentially, but the thing is, it's different when it's friends with benefits and y'all really be kicking it, like, cause you be having friends with benefits and they just pull up and they, you know what I'm saying, they just pull up. And then there's like a girl who's basically your girl. You know that level, like right before the relationship.
mm-hmm.
Some people can drag that shit for months, like me. Some people cuff.
I don't know that right. I don't know
like
God. Oh man. Wait, so I have a question. What do you think Will's response should be to all this? Like, how should he?
August Alsina?
Nah, that's what he's gonna do. That's what his PR team is gonna tell him to do.
You know, if I was with I'm saying love is love, and just leave it as that.
Man.
You're the main person
exactly
who
what
said,
Jada's gonna do when she gets on Red Table Talk, and it's gonna be this like statement that doesn't really make any sense, but it'll be fine. Like,
who do you think she's gonna bring in the Red Table Talk? Is August Alsina gonna be there?
Jordan Woods.
Can't be. Can't be.
Hopefully her daughter will be there. That'll be kind of interesting dynamic.
how awkward would that be, though?
That'd be awkward.
Her daughter's like always there.
Yeah,
but her daughter
what if it's her
probably
mom?
knows already. Her mom will be there. Her mom's always.
But I feel like
there.
it's I feel like her mom should be the one who's like asking all the questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
how interesting would that make it? And still awkward,
But the thing is, they know though. Like, I think everyone in that house knows what it is because he was in there smiling in pictures. He was in there going on family vacations. Like, if something happened, they knew.
So I have a wild card here. I think Aisha Curry should host the Red Table Talk.
What?
I was scared where that was about to go.
As payback when I said that no one wanted me. Let's talk about you now, you know.
Oh, that's right, because she did go on there and do that whole.
She did.
I'm crying.
Well, you know what? Hey, well, you know what? Honestly, this is going to like open the discussion. Do you think there's a lot of, let's say, like open relationships or marriage and like other like celebrity couples and like people that are in like?
I think a majority of relationships are not monogamous. It's just like people don't know that.
On both sides, though.
Yeah, like I think a lot of people are in polyamorous relationships right now. It's just not consensual. Like a lot of people are getting cheated on, and it's like your man is like, yeah, like. So my thing is like, instead of being judgmental because you don't understand anything, like maybe realizing how open relationships work, so that way it doesn't come as such of a shock when things like this happen. Because if you really understand the dynamic of an open relationship, this whole thing doesn't seem so crazy, because it's literally how open relationships work. Like we live together or we function as a couple, but like I don't care what you do when you're not with me, and I don't care what you do when you're not with me. It's like really none of my business.
But the one thing with that, if it is like a marriage and if you are having that agreement, like there should certainly be parameters on that. Like, not to say that you need to like vet that person, but like for your safety, you need to like, you can't be out here like being for the streets. Like it got to be like these one-offs. Because like that's a little wild. Like,
unacceptable.
Yeah.
If they're not intimate anymore, like why does that matter?
You sure they're not intimate anymore?
That's also enough.
It might not be.
The other thing, like we don't know if they're not like we don't know how they are together, as opposed to like, because sometimes people who are in open relationships are still like sexually active or like engaged with their partners. Just like if you choose to have a separate relationship that's completely, you know, separate from what we have, I don't care. So I think, considering also that they're both celebrities of their own, like I think it was a little malice, because it like whatever, because like Will and Jada are synonymous with each other. It's like Will and Jada. It's like anytime Jada does some shit, it's like, okay, well, we're always automatically gonna be like, well, what about Will?
And that's why I'm like, what's Will out here doing in these streets?
Yeah, so it's like kind of
he's super quiet with his though.
Yeah, he's.
But last year they caught Will with somebody.
Who did they call?
Who?
Yeah, I forgot who it was. My friend sent me the article. I'll send it to y'all.
But
like
did the girl?
It was just a random girl. It was like a one-off girl.
A random.
Right, but did the girl go on like a whole interview? No, that's the difference. Like Jada.
Yeah, August made it hot.
Yeah, like
but also
Jada
he's promoting an album,
like,
so like, how much did that?
Oh,
really
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
I said that. I literally said that when I wrote the article. I said he went on the album. He went on the album tour to promote his Trash 27 record album that I skipped the whole way through, and I'm an August fan. And he
also 27 tracks though, like, sir.
Some people, Chris Brown can give me 27.
Yeah, but August Alsina cannot.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue that. You know,
August Alsina cannot be out here with 27 tracks on his album, expecting everybody to listen to the whole thing.
Did you listen to it?
I listened to like 3 tracks, and I was like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah. So I got up to track 12, and I said, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised that no NDA was signed.
NDA was probably signed.
Yeah, you got to do that in 2020.
Yo, people break NDAs all the time, bro. All the time. And the thing is, if you have money, it's like I'm willing to take this on the net.
Honestly, I don't think that they would have, because it's like it was so weird. First of all, it was super weird how August Alsina and like the Smiths even like remember when like he randomly just started popping up with the Smiths and people were like, what the fuck? Like, how does August Alsina know the Smiths? And then like it was like, oh, like, yeah, like what the fuck? Like who just gets randomly adopted by the Smiths, right? So
he's from a troubled family.
Apparently, like he's like close with like one of their sons. I don't know if it's Jaden or Trey, Will's older son or whatever. I don't know which one it was. And then he was basically saying how when he started making money, like his family like basically turned on him. Like they started like acting funny towards him because like he had money now, and they kind of like turned their back on him. So he got really close with the Smiths. So I think naturally the relationship probably did form that way, and it was like, okay, like you're in my home, like, you know, we because he was going on like vacations with them and shit, like trips and stuff, and so I don't.
You heard what he said though, right?
Yeah, are you saying it's Jada's fault?
It's all Jada's fault because he said he came to her for emotional healing.
Yeah, you're
saying
kind of making it sound like it's Jada's fault.
I'm saying
She's toxic. Let's cancel her.
Female Future.
If Future did this shit, we'd be canceling Future today.
But also, like, I feel like that's a really good point, though. If this was like a man who was what,
that's my whole
59,
thing. And
I feel like we'd be talking about this in a way different context than like Jada and August. That's funny. Like, let's talk
toxic.
about how we'll just let this shit happen. We'd be talking about this in a completely different way.
I also feel like August was also like in a very vulnerable state,
And
you know, it was like a definitely dual purpose relationship. You know, like August got to feel like a sense of family, and I don't know whatever like Jada wanted out of like, you know, Jada just being Jada, who knows? But I feel like when you're talking about blame, I really feel like if it's really an open relationship that they have and that's how they do things, I don't think anybody's to blame except August, because it's like, why would you say this on like
Jada's a sniper. Like, let's just give her the crown. She's a sniper.
Jada has a track record now. She has 3 guys that openly. Tupac said he feels like he climaxes without sex. Like, she's doing something to these guys.
She's on the Erykah Badu.
I'm done.
That's all her. That's all her.
Her and Erykah Badu, top of the list.
Yeah, Erykah Badu.
I'm telling you, these earthy women that be like, I think it's because men come across so many women.
You want to know what's funny?
And it's just like, these women.
She is an earthy woman. She's a Virgo. I'm a Virgo. She's a Virgo.
Those are the worst types.
Those are the worst types.
And I feel like earth women are very like, they tend to have that effect on people. Like, it's like we leave like somewhat of a lasting effect on people, and they just can't seem to let us go.
And then they ruin your lives.
For real.
And then it's like they talk about us for like ever, and it's like, get over it.
But I also feel like
August
is crazy. I'm gonna put it out there. And August Alsina in that interview just seemed like not all the way there.
Yeah, like, whoa, that was so
like,
weird.
It was honestly like a very awkward interview to watch. Like,
would you say, Dwa? Verified?
Verified.
She actually said this on the Red Table Talk about how she got. This is gonna sound very X-rated. How she got her pussy done. Like, she was like, it's
Wait, what?
Literally, you can Google this. She said she got her pussy done better than when she was 24 years old.
Wow.
Wait, Dr. Miami is
I don't know. I'll send you guys the article, but she said it. So maybe she's just out here hypnotizing in August. I don't understand it.
That's crazy.
That is wild.
Hours.
Yeah, when you have money, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
So, Darren, get money, bro. You can pull up on Jada.
Nah, bro. I ain't.
Darian's next.
Trying to do that.
Darren, you want to talk to Jada? She's an older woman.
She's the older. I like older women, but it's not like I like older single women. Which
she's single.
Jennifer Aniston.
This is all gonna go back to Dwa. Cut it out. It's all gonna go back to my whole point.
Jennifer Aniston.
If we talking about like marriage and open relationships, and Dwa, I know you said like there's that person that you know and you kick it with it, and there's a connection there, but you still want that variety. My thing is just like, be friends with that person, but just be legally single, and you can do what you want, bro.
Friends in a relationship, even if there's no relationship, is way different. Like, when you're just friends with a woman, it's like, and I learned this as I was older too. Like, you can't have the same relationship, because at the end of the day, if you're trying to string along this friend thing when you're not really friends, it's just gonna end up being toxic.
So let's do a quick poll here. Who's open to having an open relationship? No.
Open relationship? Wait, for how long?
For how long? God, get
No. This is just like, is this the person who I'm trying to marry?
Let's elaborate on that. Like, no, it's just like a regular girlfriend that, you know.
I'll do it. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But I wouldn't like. Once again, she's not meeting my mom.
That's fair.
We just kicking it. We just having fun.
And
like,
that's not, yeah. But that I don't think that's how open. I think we're confusing an open relationship and friends with benefits. Like that's not. So it's like if you wouldn't care enough about her to introduce her to your mom, I doubt that that's an open relationship. Because an open relationship is literally like we're in a relationship, but if you choose to have other relationships, I'm not jealous about it. Like I'm not upset about it. I'm not gonna start a fight with you about it. So I think it's like you're trying to say is you're not open-minded enough to have that type of relationship, and that's fine because it's like realistically speaking, I don't think most people are.
Yeah, I mean,
No, and that's
like, I feel like I gotta know, dude.
I'm not built.
Because I think what happens is we feel things, but we feel like pressured because it's like we're like, you know, the world is like becoming more, or we're trying to aim towards more acceptingness, but there's a way to accept other people's lifestyles without like, you know, having to like engulf in it yourself. So it's like I don't have any problem with people who are polyamorous or have open relationships. I just evaluated myself and I felt like that wouldn't work out for me personally.
See, and I feel like another way of thinking about it too off that is just like as a guy, like this is someone that you're with, you have a strong connection with, and then like then you gotta meet dude. Like
yeah, like it's
I'm not
weird.
talking to dude, bro. Like
he's hit it better than you.
It's like, what are we gonna talk about?
Yo, like those TikTok videos where I think there was one where like it was like her current dude and then her ex, and like she's like picking between them. I was like, yo, this is cringe. Like, I want no parts of this.
Darren will fuck with it. He lying.
What?
Come on, bro.
Oh,
I'd be in an open relationship with Drea, bro. She can do whatever she wants.
With Drea?
With bum cornerbacks in the NFL?
I do it. I fuck with it. Lori Harvey, whatever.
So let me ask.
Wait, no, Kev, you didn't answer.
I did it on purpose.
Mr. Wraith?
Mr. Wraith?
No, I don't think I'll be open to it. I don't want to like meet the dude. I don't want to know.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's like so much. It's too much.
You guys don't think that's possessive though?
There was like
it's very possessive. Yeah.
No, it is.
But it's like I don't see it from a possessive standpoint. It's just like I don't think it's about possessiveness. Like to some people it may be possessive, you know, but to me I think it's like there's a beauty in having a person that's for you. Like it's like I'm for you, you're for me. Like I think that there's still like that's still okay. Like for you to only want to be with one person and for you to want that one person to be with you. So I don't think it has a matter of possessiveness, but it's like some people just enjoy like a relationship where it's just me and the other person. But then again, you know, sometimes people are in relationships where they think it's just me and you, but it's actually other people. So
that's fair.
I see.
So like, so I saw this TV show that was about it. So like this married couple, they wanted to do an open relationship to spice things up. So they had like an agreement. So they did it, and the girl got lucky like hella quickly, and the guy did not. And he was coming home and just realizing that his wife was just out every single night, and he started getting jealous.
Yo.
This is some real shit. I can't do that.
Which show is this?
You want to be on it?
Do I want to be on it? Fuck you, bro. Excuse my language, though, ladies. I apologize. Shut up, Dwyer.
Yeah, Kev, you know that's the thing, and this is literally always the dynamic between men and women. Like, most men cannot get off what women can get off.
Yes,
like
I was gonna say women could do that, but men can't.
It's just like, yo, you go out. Think about how many times you've gone out and you haven't got a number. I know that's been more than not for Darian than other people, but it's just like thinking about all those times that's happened to you. A woman can go out, no matter who she is. Someone's gonna pull up. Someone's gonna try to have combo. Someone's trying to do that. And if you're a jealous type and your wife is out here winning more than you, you're gonna be sick.
Oh, she's definitely winning more than you. Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, guys. Any closing arguments or statements?
Nope.
All right, forever hold your peace. All right, guys. Well, thank you for being part of the first and last Black Table Talk.
Nah, we should, Kev, we should. That's my last statement. We should do this more, but we should.
Yeah, this
You
is
should.
good.
You should just start bringing. We should bring people in here and just therapy them. Like, what's your issue today? Like, we should pull a Jada,
God.
and we should just, we should just therapy niggas.
I don't know if we're the therapy people.
totally not.
Like,
Dr. Phil type shit, man. What the hell?
It could be. Carly look like she therapy people, so she can host the Black Table.
yeah, I
Talk.
feel like Carly and Catherine can like do the therapying. I don't know about us.
But I feel like I'm like such an Ayanla. Like, I feel like I couldn't be a Jade. I'm like more of an Ayanla. Like, if you're not willing to do the work, like, and you don't think you have a problem, like, I don't have time.
Oh, so you can be yelling in people's face like that?
Yes,
Like,
Not even
I
that.
gotta be yelling at me.
she be yelling.
Not even that. It's like, yes, you do. But I think it's like a lot of people just really are okay with who they are. Like, just, they don't want to change. And it's like, we keep, like, I feel like sometimes we see people and we want them to change. So we put in the work and it's like, it goes nowhere because they're comfortable with who they are.
I think we all have a friend like that.
That's the T.
All right. I can't say anything about that. All
And,
right,
and
guys.
with the words of the city girls, buy her a Birkin. Yeah.
All right. Peace, guys.
Ah.
Peace.
Bye.
God.